Good morning and welcome back into North Dakota today. Well, many of us has used a peer-to-peer payment app to split a bill or to send money to a friend, and some people even use them for traditional shopping. However, there are inherent risks that exist on these payment apps that everyone should know about. Here to share more is Deb Mathern. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, so first, let's make sure our viewers know what a peer-to-peer payment app is.
Okay, well, if that confuses you, think person to person. My P2P is that. It's a new convenient way to pay someone for your portion of dinner. I recently went on a trip with a friend, still trying to decide if I'm going to use Venmo to pay her or just give her a check when I see her. So that's a great way to split accounts. You might know the peer-to-peer by the commercial name Zelle is one. I just mentioned Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal has been around for a long time. They're fast and convenient for criminals as they are for consumers, and that makes them a favorite tool for the modern day scammers. So a research survey recently showed about a third of the people who use them aren't real comfortable with them. And that's a good call, as they don't protect your information from hackers or unauthorized users. So 13% of the people who've used PayPal and some of the apps say they have made a mistake of sending money to a scam artist.
Oh my goodness. So how would you
Yeah.
say that scams are really perpetrated with these apps?
Well, a fraudulent payment request is sent, and usually for a small dollar amount, so it doesn't really alarm people. And it might look like it's from a friend or someone that you knew. Um, a, a woman who thought she was paying a delivery service sent $60, but it was a scam. The food was never delivered, and she was out her money. So even though these apps are associated with your bank account, especially if it's tied to your checking, there is no protection existing on a P2P or peer-to-peer. Once you press send, it's virtually impossible to get that money back. It's like a wire transfer. So it's not like a debit or credit card where you have some protections.
So how can folks stay safe from these scams?
Well, the key is not sending money if you don't know the person.
Yep.
So avoid those out of the blue requests and make sure you know that person on the other end. And if you are doing this, use a credit card instead of a debit card, as you're more likely protected from fraud. But a lot of them will charge like that 3% interchange if you're using a credit card. So there's a downfall there. Um, Verify those requests by double checking that you're sending the money to the right person, to the right account, and think of that peer-to-peer as cash. You know, when you're going to hand somebody cash, you know who they are and you've done your homework first.
Absolutely. Can you give us some recommended general safety tips?
I always recommend doing that multi-factor authentication, the two factors on your financial accounts. It really helps protect them. Add a PIN lock to your phone. I don't have one. Shame on me. Use unique passwords, sometimes as much as 12 characters and letters and numbers long, but use something that might be familiar to you, a phrase like, I feel like dancing, something like that. Put a number in, exclamation. Also, set your privacy apps to the strongest and the most private option on that is possible.
Absolutely.
Don't,
And how can folks find more
don't make things
information from
publicly available. That's not good. Anyway, go ahead.
So how can folks find more information from AARP?
Well, as always, report to law enforcement. And then we really appreciate when people call into AARP so we can track the fraud. And the number is 877-908-3360, or you can visit our Fraud Watch Network at www.aarp.org/Fraud Watch Network.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Deb.
Thanks for letting us get the information out there.
Of course. All right, everyone, stick around. We have more North Dakota Today coming right up after the break.